Welcome to MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I just want to inform you that I am starting a petition. I would like to know if you'd like to join me and sign. I think Joy and Shaun will definitely join me in that. I want to see more of Rashid Khan's batting. Would you sign that petition? Would you sign it?
Sure.
Yeah?
Absolutely. They bat him way too low. Way too less.
I'm like, it is, if he's coming in the 12th over, then bat him at 8, it's fine. But today, when you saw people were having a tough time hitting, and the fact that they got, what did they get in the back five? 39? 39, out of which 10 have come in the last 2 balls by Rashid Khan, which means
28 balls, they got basically 29.
29 runs. And that is a shambles, isn't it, Shaun, for this format?
Yeah, it is. I think they'll be disappointed with their back-end performance, losing all those wickets. I was just thinking that Rajis had no chance if they got to 170.
Rajis, I love how you just call them the Rajis now.
Yeah. There's your disappointment, 35 for 2, and then look at that, 5 wickets in those last 4 overs. And if it wasn't for 10 off the last 2 deliveries, it would have been 29 for 5.
Yeah, so got them to 160. But Joy, you kept looking at it and you kept saying, okay, they've underperformed given that first 10 overs, 84 for 1, right? You'd want to add another 100 runs at least to that. They didn't do that, but this ain't easy as well.
This ain't easy. Look, it's not an easy pitch to bat on, and if you're not going to give pace to the ball seems to be slowing down a bit, and after the ball's not that new, they're finding it difficult to force, which is why, the moment these guys are coming, the problem with this is that they don't have a designated power hitter at 6, 7, 8. In fact, Rashid is your only really power hitter at that position.
Yeah.
So people like Shakib and all, they'll be forced to run and try and hit it, like that. It's very difficult for them.
Yeah.
You saw Ridhiman Shah, and the funny thing is that it's what I call a schizophrenic performance by Rajasthan. They bowled beautifully. They sometimes caught very well, but they fielded atrociously over.
A couple of catches dropped. But you look at this chase and you think to yourself, we don't know what Livingston or Turner is going to bring to the party in the middle overs. And also, even if you bring a polished performance or a decent performance to try and deal with the overs of Rashid Khan in those middle overs, 160 is competitive. Those extra 10 runs of those last 2 deliveries were vital. I think it makes it just, obviously, 8 and over. But I think it changes things up a bit. And I mean, it's a nice total to chase because you can pace yourself according. You know exactly what's expected. You don't have to be express at any real stage. If they get off to a good start with the Jinkia and Samson at the top, then they should be able to get over the line. But if there's a few little wickets, I think SRH would believe they've got the cards.
6 games have been played here. 5 have been won by the team chasing. So it is a ground that allows you to plan your chase because it's a big ground. So even if your boundaries are not coming, you can work the 1s, and the 2s also become easy. In fact, today we saw Warner run some 3s as well. So very few grounds in India that allow you to run a 3, really. But despite that, Warner, of course, didn't get to 650 in a row. Fell short of it because of a beautiful catch by Steve Smith. Yeah. So him, Unadkat, with that cotton bowl, some of them were brilliant and some of them were just a sham. You're just like, what's going on?
They gave away 11 runs in the first 2 overs just of overthrows and mistakes. The first 2 overs, so you talk about, you take away those 11 runs and immediately you're coming to 149. It's a different total altogether. So their fielding is a strange one, yet their bowling performance was a very, very disciplined performance.
Yeah, let's have a look at their bowling analysis while you guys speak over that. We'll pull out their bowling card. Remember, there's no Archer here.
Yeah, Thomas has done well, so that's 2 games in a row. So he's been a good find for them. You always have them on the side of the field and think, well, I wonder how they're going to go. He's come on, he's done really now. So Run, another decent performance. He was better than that. Those talk about those 11 runs. I think 8 of them came off his bowling. Gopal once again impresses. A few deliveries were hit away. Unadkat, his variations were very good in these conditions. I think with a big ground, we saw him at Calcutta. He struggled a little bit, but with this bigger ground, he can bowl those variations. He can bowl those cutters and still be effective. And then Parag was pretty decent for his 3 overs. You'll be pretty happy with that.
I mean, Jayadev's thing is also, again, when batsmen know that he's only going to use slower ones, he's not that effective. Yeah. So somebody's gone to him in the nets and says, you need to bowl 1 or 2 at 135, 140.
Yeah, because I saw a stat which said that 70% of his deliveries in this tournament have been under 120 kilometers. Yeah. So is he a slower bowler who occasionally bowls a fast one?
But you need to
bowl... The quick one's the variation.
The quick one is the variation.
Yeah, but he needs to bowl the quick enough times to keep the batsman honest. Otherwise, they just set up for the slower one.
Yeah.
So that's what he's been doing consistently over the last 2-3 games. He's trying to get 1 or 2, 3 through at 135, 140. So the batsman is not ready only for slow ones. So that's one thing. Other thing is, if you look at Varun Arun, exactly as he said, you drop off that first about 8 odd runs from there, and he got hit for 10 in the last 2. Take out those 18 runs, and then you have 18 runs which he's given away in the better part of 3 overs and 4 balls. He's bowled really well. He never had a slower ball. He never had a knuckle ball. He never had the back of the hand ball. And just to see that somebody has again worked with him and he's developed it, it's great to see.
Do you watch O'Shane Thomas's action and worry for his heel a bit?
His heel?
His heel or his ankle or just the...
Oh, with the force that goes through it, yeah.
And the weight.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast bowling coaches who will tell guys to jump at it, but I'm always a bit cautious about that because you think about your momentum. If you go up, it's coming down. It's not going towards the batsman. So you want a slight jump just to give you a bit of elevation, but then you want to make sure that your energy goes through. But he's a big fella, and when you jump like that, invariably what you do is you hit one length. It's very difficult to jump up and then down and then bowl full. So you tend to bowl a lot short, but that suits his game plan. He's a big fella, he's strong, bangs it into the surface and worked the trick for them today.
Yeah, now look at the Sunrisers bowling. They'll be looking at their batting and saying, all right, you've got 160 for the Sunrisers, yeah? Let's have a look at their squad and see what their bowling options are. And Polly, this is not too bad again, right? They've got enough to mix it up in there, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And, Khalil Ahmed, we've talked about him. He's an exciting prospect. Bhuvi, he'll get Jinky out in the first over. That's what the stats tell us. He's done it. He's done it 4 times before. And then you got Rashid and Shakib. I think will play a part here. He'll be better off in these conditions. Bigger ground. It's difficult for the guys to whack it.
You may see Vijay Shankar bowl as well with this with this ground, with this pitch. Maybe
you may see Vijay Shankar, but yeah, there are 5 bowlers who are fairly good for this pitch. Somebody like a Shakib can throw it wide and have batsmen reach for it and really go for it. He'll know how to use these conditions. Big outfields on the sides especially. Shakib will know how to use it well. Those 8 overs of spin is basically your game. Your top order, your 1, 2 and 3 for Rajasthan Royals, that is Steve Smith, Sanju Samson and Rahane, those 3, and these 2 overs of spin. This is basically...
They did that last year. In fact, they defended 151 here because of the spin. The spin played a major part in this. Today they've got the 2 spin options as well, but they've got Rashid Khan, the star of most of their wins last year there as well. Look at the Rajasthan batting now, right? So we've seen Bhuvi's got Rahane's number, is what the stats tell us. And then, of course, you've got Ashton Turner and Liam Livingston. You're looking at that there, and you're going, all right, I haven't got much for them. I haven't got much from them, so I'm a little worried there. But you might just see Riyan Priyar come a little higher because he has shown an amazing temperament, more than the form and the runs, amazing temperament in the previous game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they will put him up the order because, as I say, if Turner and Livingston get stuck together and they get Rashid Khan in, there's just going to be a dot ball fest in the middle overs because it's difficult enough just to try and pick him on those different variations. But in a foreign conditions, something that they aren't really used to, they haven't come in or aren't coming in with much form at all. It'll be a real handful to deal with those. And Shakib can be quite accurate as well. So I think they'll definitely split those guys up and Parag will come up higher.
We also, while talking about SRH has got the 160, they got it largely in part because of Manish Pandey and how good he was getting the runs, second game in a row, getting them at a good clip. Huh? Look at that, 61 of 36. You look at that and you go, oh, his team must have scored at least another 140 in the other 14 overs, right? Yeah, when you come in at number 3 and do that.
And also very interesting, this clip at what he scored, 173. Realize that another batsman who's probably the most informed batsman in the history of the IPL, that's David Warner, got 37 and 32.
Yeah.
It means this is not easy conditions to bat in. The bowlers are not giving you very much. So what he's done, what Manish has done out there, see, he's dominated that partnership between them. 50 of 27, David Warner's just got 24 of 23. He allowed Manish Pandey to go because Manish Pandey was hitting it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Pandey. When Pandey is in form, he's a force of nature. And once he thinks he's there, he's there. I thought the stumping was this thing. Unnecessary, but anyway, I think he was caught as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got out a few times on that ball.
But that also goes to show you, we asked at the start of the program about Warner and why he's so consistent, because he understands the ebbs and flows of a match. So he sees Pandey walk in and he goes whack 4 first ball. Then he says to himself, well, you know what, this guy's going. So So I don't also have to go. Sometimes we just need someone to just pull back the gears, maybe go back to third or second every once in a while, with the opportunity to go back to 5 or 6 later on. And that's great cricket awareness. And I think that's why you get consistency, because he was just happy to knock it around, give Pandey as much strike as possible. And that's why that partnership ended up that way.
There is a little confusion about whether Warner will play his last game today, because there has been all this talk that he's here till the 30th. Now and they play a game on the 30th. So does that mean he has to report back to Australia on the 30th? If that's the case, then this is the last game. If he can stay here till the 30th, that means he would play that. So there is some confusion. But irrespective, he has done so well for SRH this season. But they'll be looking at that middle order and saying, all right, hang on. We lost Bairstow. If we lose Warner as well, then our worries just get compounded. So good that Manish Pandey is come in form right now, but their worries will get a little compounded, thinking that Warner has to go as well. So those Indian guys in the middle have to put their hand up, really.
They have to. And there's somewhere that 4, 5, 6, 7, they're just falling off the cliff because there's nobody there who can. And what he said is such an important thing he talked about, awareness of conditions. Here's the situation. I'm Shakib. I don't need to rush it. Somebody else can rush. I'm not the kind of player who can hit big shots out here. Somewhere somebody else should force. Warner understood those conditions very well. All these guys tried 2, 3 times and then immediately went for the big hit. And it's not that easy to hit big on this ground straight up.
Well, nobody got the MPL Super Couch in the first half. Let's see if someone can get it in the second half. Gentlemen, which side are you leaning? Advantage who? Whom do you think has the advantage?
Joy?
I'll go with SRH. I have a feeling that they have the experience in the bowling. It's an experienced bowling unit, and I think they have enough. They have 7 bowlers.
Okay, so they will win by how many runs? That's the guess you have to do for the Super Couch.
Done. I think they will win by 11 runs.
11 runs, very good. We'll give you a 10-run swing on that as well. So from 1 to 21. Or 5-run swing. 10's too much. 1, 5. Change the rules.
Okay, I'm going the Rajis to win.
The Rajis. You're with the Rajis. So then the Rajis win by... how many wickets?
Over, yeah. It has
to... Okay, tell me the over. Tell me the over they chase it.
Last over.
Last over?
4 balls to spare.
Safe choice from Mr. Pollock. So he's saying 20th over, the Rajis will win. You're saying that by 11 runs, the Hydries?
The Rises.
Risers.
Rises will rise.
Sunnies are better than
Sunnies will rise.
The Sunnies will rise. Yeah. All right, excellent. It's between the two of them because they both each picked a team. So it's between the two of them. Who will get the MPL Super Couch? We're going to get one of them to get it. Let's cheer for them. All right, we're going to see you at the end of the 10th over on MPL Presents Cricbuzz Combox. And then, of course, after the game is over, we will be sitting right here. Exactly here. You don't move. We just sit right here. Oh, please.
Sit right here.
Please.